If you've seen any of my other articles or videos, then you already know I'm all about simplicity. There's a very simple formula for building muscle, and what and when you eat is far and away the most important variable in that formula. So whenever I talk to somebody who's having trouble gaining muscle, it almost always comes back to some combination of these 5 things I'm about to tell you. In this video, I'm going to tell you the 5 nutrition rules to live by if you want to build muscle. Now I'm going to go through this list in no particular order because I started trying to rank these and I just kept shuffling them around because these are all really important. So I'm going to start with number 1, eating enough calories. If you haven't seen my previous video on this topic, I'll link to it right here. But just to recap, if you want to build muscle, then the amount of calories that you eat will be the starting point or the ending point of your success. Now you might find people on the internet telling you that you can gain muscle while in a calorie deficit. And this might be possible over the short term when you're just starting out. But it's more likely that the people telling you this are trying to sell you a secret workout program or formula for building muscle that isn't backed by science. If you're doing this naturally, then skip the hocus pocus and secret formulas and eat more calories than your body burns every day if you want to build muscle. The second nutrition rule to live by if you want to build muscle is be on time. And there are 2 aspects to this one. Now the first thing is you want to eat smaller, more frequent meals throughout the day. And for me, this means 6 meals a day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then 3 smaller snacks. Now I know this might sound like a lot of time eating, but this is where you can get smart and save time and money while still building muscle. And I'm going to create more videos to show you some of the ways that I've made my nutrition as efficient as possible over the years. Now the second and related part of proper nutrition timing is eating the right foods at the right time. So imagine you work at a job where you're moving around a lot during the afternoon hours. And this is probably the most active part of the day for most people. But the rest of the day, you're more or less seated. Maybe you work at a desk, or you get home and watch TV or read, or whatever it is you do to relax. In this case, you want to make sure that you're loading a lot of your carbohydrates earlier in the day, because carbohydrate is far and away the most efficient source of energy for the body. And that's not to say that you won't combine protein and fat with some of those earlier meals. You absolutely will. But it makes no sense to eat protein and fat dominant meals, to go and burn a lot of energy throughout the day, and then to load up on carbohydrate in the evening. That's bad timing, which will end up decreasing your performance and causing you to store more fat. Much better to load your peak carbohydrate meals before your peak energy requirements, and then go a little bit heavier on protein and fat in those less active periods of your day. The third nutrition rule to live by if you want to build muscle is related to rule number 2, but goes even one step further. And I see guys breaking this one all the time. You need carbohydrate in your post-workout snack. It seems that there's been some debate about the usefulness of the post-workout snack in recent years, and I really don't understand why. Some say that the post-workout snack isn't necessary because it isn't important for protein synthesis. And I think this is just another example of overemphasizing the importance of protein in the muscle building process. To me, the post-workout meal has always been about carbohydrate, because research is pretty clear that the body is primed to rapidly store carbohydrate as glycogen immediately following an intense workout. And given the importance of glycogen to our muscle building workouts, I don't understand why anybody would pass up this golden opportunity to efficiently restore glycogen after a workout. Shoot for about a 3-to-1 to 4-to-1 ratio of simple carbohydrate to protein immediately following your workouts, and you'll have the energy that you need for optimal performance at the gym. The fourth fundamental rule that is absolutely crucial to muscle building nutrition is that you have to, and I repeat, have to eat breakfast. It is absolutely true that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. You've been sleeping for 6 or 8 hours, and when you wake up, your body's in desperate need of protein and carbohydrate before you start moving around and burning a lot of energy. You're busy, I understand, but if you're trying to build muscle and you consistently skip breakfast, then you will not build muscle. I can't put it any simpler than that. The fifth and no less important rule of muscle building nutrition is to eat the right amount of protein. It's true, protein builds muscle, so it's logical to think that more protein means that you'll build more muscle. And I fell into that trap too when I first started working out. But what they don't tell you is that there's a limit on how much protein the body can use to build muscle, both within a given day and at any one particular meal. If someone's telling you to eat more than 30 to 35 grams at any one meal, then they either don't know what they're talking about or they're intentionally misleading you for some other reason. because research has shown that this is the upper limit on how much protein the body can use to build muscle at any one time. So what's the problem with eating more than 30 to 35 grams of protein at any one meal, or about 1.7 grams per kilogram of body weight per day? The problem is that, assuming you're eating the right amount of calories, then eating too much protein almost always means that you're not eating enough carbohydrate. And carbohydrate is the most important and efficient source of energy to fuel your daily activities and, most importantly, your intense workouts. Remember that all of the macronutrients are important for their own reason. And over or under consumption of any one of them, and especially carbohydrate, which is usually the case, is often the reason why you're not building muscle. So there they are, guys, the 5 nutrition rules to live by if you want to build muscle. If you're just starting out or having trouble building muscle, then it's easy to overlook these 5 rules and fall into the trap of thinking that it's something else. But get these 5 things right, and your chances of building muscle will be as close to a sure thing as possible. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. I'll be creating a lot more videos to help you build muscle faster. See you next time.